Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. I'd like to call to order the regular session portion of the Laverne City Council meeting for Monday, August 21st, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. I welcome all of you here tonight for our City Council meeting, and I want to remind everyone that per the city's rules for decorum, all speakers, members of the audience, and council members are to conduct themselves with decorum and to not engage in conduct that interrupts the orderly conduct of this session. Tonight, we are very pleased to have one of our proud veterans, James Borland, Navy Petty Officer 3rd Class E4, conduct the Pledge of Allegiance for us tonight. Petty Officer Borland, if you please.
For all active military, veterans, first responders,
and law enforcement.
and law enforcement, I'm so sorry. We'll render a salute to the flag. All others, please place your right hand. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Long may she wait.
Before you run.
Okay, we gotta publicize this. Ready?
Mr. City Manager, would you please call the roll for tonight's meeting?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Councilmember Castrovagita.
Here, sir.
Councilmember Johnson.
Here.
Councilmember Crosby.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Lau.
Present.
And Mayor Hepburn is excused absence.
All right. Thank you. Right now, we will go ahead and have our city attorney report out from our closed session.
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem, and Council. There was action taken in closed session on the City of Long Beach versus Monsanto action. The Council, by motion of Crosby, second by Lau, and on a 4-0 vote with Mayor Hepburn absent, approved acceptance of the settlement of $576,108. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. And tonight we have 3 very special presentations, hence the lovely packed house. But before we start with that, we are going to have our mayor's message. He sent one for all of you from his vacation. So let's listen to what he has to say.
Hey everybody, even though I can't be at the meeting tonight, I want to congratulate some teams, which is the LVGSA 8U Softball All-Star team. They had a 15-7-2 record. They played in many tournaments, and they'd had a fantastic season. I also want to congratulate the LVGSA 10U Softball All-Star team. They they won Eastern District Championships by going undefeated, scoring 47 runs, and only giving up 8. And they went on to play in states, which was the first time the 10U team has won districts and went to states in LVGSA history. Congratulations. I also want to thank and congratulate Riley Crosby, 17-year-old senior at Bonita High School. She played in the 74th U.S. Girls Junior Championship, the National Championships for Girls Junior Golf, which was in Colorado Springs. 1,700 girls applied for this and tried out, and only 156 girls qualified, and Riley was one of them. We are so proud of you, Riley. Congratulations to all of our sports teams. But also, Riley, I think it's time that your parents buy you a brand new car because you did so well. Take care, everybody. Have a great meeting. Take care.
And before we move on, we'd like to welcome Congresswoman Grace Napolitano, if you'd like to share any words.
Good evening. It's a pleasure being here, Laverne, coming back and visiting old friends. And certainly congratulations to the girls, the all-star teams. You're wonderful. And Kylie, you should be very proud of her. My husband was a golfer, so I spent many days wondering where he was, what golf course he was at. But thank you for allowing me to speak today. Even though I'll be retiring in 16 months, I'll still have a lot of work to do, and I hope that I can count on you to get your priorities to me so we can work on them. I understand you are looking at water funding. I'd be glad to talk to you about it. And talk to Joe Sheehy and Morgan. They're my water people in Washington. I'd like to present, you probably know Bob Pence, my representative. We've been able to get some funds for Laverne in the past. In the fiscal year 22, we got $4 million for the pedestrian bridge project. I hope you're getting the money yet. Have you gotten it yet? If not, let us know. And then the 23 in fiscal year 23, $500,000 for public safety camera work network. And thank you for putting in those funding requests, because if you do that, we can work on them. There's also Laverne University. We got $2.2 million for the mental health and psychological well-being buildings they're going to be putting in Ontario. And I'm very proud of them because my great-grandson is going there this term. He should be here today, but I don't see him yet. Thank you for your leadership. You're doing well. This is one of my better cities. And I finally want to let you know that on Saturday, September 9th, we'll be hosting a Military Academy Day. There's flyers there at the bench over there. September 29th for the military. Anybody who wants to go into the military academy is welcome to come and listen and talk to the recruiters. This is youngsters and their parents. Finally, there's also Sunburst Academy. I've talked to you about it a lot, and I want you to know this is a great institution for young people who are at risk, 15 and a half to 18-year-old. It's a 5.5-month live-in, free, institutional, and it is in Los Alamitos, and it's very run by the National Guard. It's a cadre that is supposed to help kids turn their lives around, and it does very, very effectively. I am honored to represent you in Laverne. I hope that in the future you consider asking me for anything you need. I'm sorry, I'm a little sore. My neck is hurting again. But I thank you very much for allowing me to speak, and congratulations again to the ladies, young ladies. I played softball when I was young. Thank you. God bless.
So our first presentation for tonight is recognition of our Laverne Girls Softball Association 8U team. Could I please have the coaches and the LVG SA 8U softball team up here with me, please? I love it. The 2023 8U All-Star team had high expectations, and this talented group of girls not only met those expectations, but they exceeded them. The team compiled a 15-7-2 record, and as a result, they qualified for district and state level tournaments, winning one tournament and being a finalist in another. This team delivered a memorable and fantastic all-star season, accomplishing a lot along the way. Every player on the roster contributed to the team's success and was there to pick up their teammates. The team was managed by Dustin Williams and was coached by Rudy DeLucio and assisted by Jeremy Juarez, Michael Latta, Andrew McPhail, David Rodriguez, Joe Wiggenhorn, and Norman Yao. If I could please have Coach Dustin Williams introduce the team. Feel free to say a few words.
Thank you. So we have Elliot Duran. Kennedy Cremens. Come on up. Awesome. Thank you. Kennedy. Harper Grennan. Helen Pulver. Nora Yao.
Congrats.
Natalia DeLuccio.
Congrats.
Bryn Juarez.
There you go. Congrats.
Emma Rodriguez. Jet Lada.
There you go. Hold on. Thank you. Congrats.
Caitlin Wiggenhorn.
Congrats.
Audrey Garcia.
Congrats.
Brielle McVeigh. I like those shorts. Jordan Williams.
There you go.
Great job, ladies.
These are for you guys. Let's get picture time.
Small speech. Okay, just want to thank the City Council for acknowledging the hard work that these girls put in. There's a lot of hours, a lot of time that started months before even the All-Star season began. And we appreciate you having us out here. They really worked their tails off, and I think the results showed that. So great job, ladies. Also want to thank you to our coach. Thank our coaches for all the countless hours and hard work that they put in as well, getting these ladies ready to play. Without them, this would not have happened. So great job, coaches. And again, I just want to thank the girls. They did an amazing job of representing the city of Laverne from start to finish. It was all about attitude and effort. They had 100% effort and a winning attitude the whole time. So great job, ladies. And last but not least, thank you to our Team Mom Committee, Janet DeLuccio, Jackie Rodriguez, Nora Yao, and my beautiful wife, Yvonne Williams.
Thank you so much. All right. I am loving how many girls are here. I'm so excited. So our second presentation tonight is to recognize our Laverne Girls Softball All-Star 10U team. So if I could please have the coach and the LVG SA 8U or 10U softball team please join me.
Nice job, ladies. Great job.
The 2023 Laverne Girls Softball 10U All-Star Team won the Eastern District Championship by going undefeated, scoring 47 runs and only giving up 8. Now that deserves a big round of applause. That's awesome. They went on to play in states, which was the first time a 10U team has won districts, and went on to states in LVGSA history. They finished second in the big tournament leading up to the district championship. The team had a total record 16-9 for the season and tournaments. The team was coached by Nathan Vargas and assisted by Scott Laverone, Brent Bear, Roger Lehigh, and Jeff Patlagar. I apologize if I screwed up any of those names. And Coach Bear, if you wouldn't mind introducing the team and saying a few words.
Okay, so let's introduce the girls here real quick. Oh, thank you. Okay, first one up, Cadence Bear. Allie Tolan. Jillian Hitrado. Jill. One more. Jill. One more. Emma Valdivia.
There you go.
Hey, there you go. Mackenzie Ivorone.
Congrats.
Allie Vargas.
Congrats.
Maddie Lehigh. Valentina Velasco.
Congrats, Valentina.
Abby Patlagar. Peyton Banfield. Zoe Perez. Gianna Rose. Maddie Hughes. And Hannah Salesi. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Okay, and real quick, if everyone will bear with me here, I'm as one of the assistant coaches, I'm going to read something that our manager, Nathan Vargas, wrote for us. He unfortunately couldn't make it here tonight. So first and foremost, Coach Nate would like to first extend a thanks to the City of Laverne and its Community Services Department for recognizing our team's accomplishments this year. The acknowledgement of our achievements motivates these kids to continue striving for excellence both on and off the field. Your support provides us with the encouragement and the determination needed to aim for even greater heights in the future. So thank you. Also, this achievement would not have been possible without the exceptional guidance and support of my coaching staff. Coach Nate would like to thank the entire coaching staff. Their expertise, tireless effort, and unwavering commitment have been instrumental in shaping us into the cohesive and successful team these group of girls have become. Okay, and lastly, ladies, this is to you from Coach Nate. What an incredible achievement to secure LVGSA's first 10U Eastern District Championship in dominating fashion to cap a successful summer season. Your dedication, teamwork, and unwavering grit have been a pleasure to watch. The countless hours of practice, passion you poured into the sport, and the camaraderie you've built have culminated in this remarkable achievement. Each swing of the bat, every pitch thrown, and all plays executed flawlessly have brought you to this well-deserved triumph. Your commitment to excellence and sportsmanship has not only earned you the championship, but has also left an indelible mark on the hearts of all of those who have had the pleasure of witnessing your journey. May this year be a reminder that hard work, perseverance, and unity can lead to the most extraordinary accomplishments. As you enjoy and reflect upon this summer's success, remember that it's just the beginning of a bright future filled with more opportunities to showcase your remarkable talents. Lastly, to the 2023 10U All-Star champions on the field and an inspiration to those who have supported you every step of the way. As you continue your softball journey, also remember that your success goes beyond the victories on the field. Your friendships you've formed, the lessons you've learned, and the memories you've created will stay with you for a lifetime. Keep pushing yourselves to reach new heights, both in sports and in life, and know that you have your softball family and entire community cheering you on every step of the way. Congratulations, girls. You deserve this special moment. Coach Nate.
There you go. Everybody? No, you better take it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate making the time.
So last but not least, our last presentation is the recognition of Riley Crosby, qualifier in the 74th U.S. Girls Junior Championship. Riley, come on up. So we're going to talk about you a little bit. We were going to have your dad do it, but we didn't want to make him cry. So Riley Crosby is a 17-year-old Bonita High School senior who qualified and competed in the United States Golf Association USGA 74th U.S. Girls Junior Championship in Colorado Springs at the Eisenhower Golf Club from July 17th through July 22nd. This golf tournament is the national championship for girls junior golf. Eligibility requirements to play in a USGA qualifier are to be under 19 years old with a handicap lower than 9.4. You don't want to know. Mine's so bad. Riley has a handicap of 0.3. Is it hot in here? Woo! There were almost 1,700 girls who played in qualifiers around the United States, Mexico, and Canada, with only 156 girls qualifying for the championship tournament. Riley has been the first known Laverne resident to play in the event. She competed in a qualifier in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, at the Willow Run Golf Course, where she shot a 74, tied for second, and went on to win the second place spot on the first playoff hole. This summer, Riley also qualified and competed in Steph Curry's underrated junior golf tournament in Akron, Ohio, at Firestone Country Club. Her highlight was meeting Steph Curry. Riley started playing golf with her dad when she was just 7 years old, then played competitively at the age of 9. She beat her dad at the age of 10 and has never looked back. Riley has played in and won numerous junior golf tournaments all over Southern California, Arizona, and Nevada. As a freshman at Bonita High School, Riley helped start and was on the first ever girls golf team at Bonita High School. She's been captain with another teammate for the past 3 years and will be again during her senior year. First team All-Palomares League for the past 3 years, and all-academic team for the past 2 years, which starts during the athlete's sophomore year. Riley is also involved in Bonita High School's choir, chamber singers, secretary on the choir council, ASB Commissioner of Community, and student representative on the City of Laverne's Youth and Family Action Committee, while still maintaining high academics with a 4.2 GPA. Congratulations, Riley. So I'm going to let Riley introduce some of her fans and supporters in the audience.
Obviously my dad, who's standing right next to me, my mom, my sister, my grandparents, all my friends, my coach in the corner, and all of the other people that are here for me. I just want to say thank you for coming here and supporting me. Oh, and all my teammates. I have teammates here too. They're in the back. They're over there. Thank you all for supporting me for all my golf and making me do golf because it's really fun and I do really love it, and thank you for letting me love it.
Riley. This is a certificate of congressional recognition presented to Riley Carsby. I proudly joined the city of Laverne and to recognize and congratulate you, your exceptional athletic accomplishments. May you continue to excel in all your future endeavors. And you're a young person, but you got a long way to go, my dear. Congratulations.
The last time I shot a 74 was on Golf Clash. It's like the only time. Coach Pike and the lefty, come on up, take this real quick.
So we're going to take a 5-minute break, recess, to let everybody take photos and make their way out unless they want to stay for the rest of the council meeting. Thank you. Now that everybody has left us, sad times, we're going to go ahead and move on to upcoming community events. Any person who wishes to make a brief announcement of a future community event, please feel free to come forward.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dana Barford, and I'm with Tri-City Mental Health, and it is my privilege to be here tonight. And what an exciting night. I picked the best time to come. Anyways, so I'm here also to extend an invitation to all of you to join us for a public hearing with Tri-City Mental Health. In addition to our clinical services, we also offer a lot of different programs. We have employment services. We do offer volunteer opportunities for college students and so forth. We also offer community grants, as well as our community navigators who are able to provide resources for our communities. So we have a brand new project that we're going to be doing, and our public hearing is going to be on Tuesday, April 12th. It'll take place at our MHSA building in Pomona. I have some flyers that are right up here if you have the moment to come by. And it's your opportunity as community members to be able to have a voice with Tri-City as far as the programs that we're doing, what the needs of the community are, and so forth. So if you have an opportunity to come by, please consider it. Again, my flyers are right up there, and we would just love to have you there and hear from all of you. All right? Thank you. September. Did I say April? Oh, no. I'm sorry. September 12th. No, and part of that, too, is usually we have public hearings in April. So, mind switch. But again, thank you.
Thank you. And City Manager Domer, could we make sure that information is on our website as well? Thank you. Is anyone else interested in making a community announcement? All right. All right, well, hearing none, we're going to go ahead and close announcements and move to the consent calendar. As a reminder, the consent calendar is considered routine matters and will be enacted by one motion unless pulled for separate discussion. Mr. Domer, was there anything pulled from the consent calendar?
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, nothing was pulled from the consent calendar.
Thank you. Counselor, are there any requests to pull an item from the consent calendar?
No, ma'am. There you go. There's that smile.
Hearing none, then if I could have a motion to approve the consent calendar.
Motion to approve.
Second?
If everyone could vote.
That was approved on a vote of 4-0 with Mayor Hepburn absent.
All right. Thank you. Now we will move on to public hearings. We have one item tonight, a public hearing for annexation of territory into Community Facilities District 11-1. But before we start with the item, there are two council members who will need to declare a conflict and recuse themselves. I am one of them. As I am on the Board of Trustees for the University of La Verne and the university has property subject to CFD 11-1, I will recuse myself. Councilmember Johnson, could you please declare your reason for recusal?
My office that I own is within 500 feet of the project.
Thank you. Before we leave the dais, which would leave us without a quorum, Mr. City Manager, could you please explain the process to obtain a quorum?
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem. Yes, with two of you recused, that leaves only two members, which is less than a quorum. Under rules of necessity, what I have is two names, yours and Councilmember Johnson's, in this box. I will choose one. That person will remain on the dais. If it is the Mayor Pro Tem, then you can continue to lead the proceeding. If it is not you, and then we will have to select somebody to chair just this proceeding. So I'm going to select, well, I'll let the city attorney select it. And
Councilmember Johnson.
Will
No.
no, to remain. Yeah. So with Mayor Pro Tem recusing herself and leaving the dais, I'm going to ask for a nomination for a chair of this single item.
Steve Johnson. I nominate Steve Johnson.
I think that's nominated second. Can I vote?
Aye. Aye.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Councilmember Johnson, you are now chair
There
of
you
this
go.
item.
Are you okay with the verbal there?
And if I can, Chair Johnson,
Yes.
our city attorney, Cody Howling, can present the staff presentation on this item.
That would be city engineer.
City engineer. Oh, yeah, that's city attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Domer.
Also, just to announce that while we will do the staff presentation and then open the public hearing, the recommended action is to continue the public hearing to September 5th, but we will be allowing people to comment if they are here for this item during this time, and then continuing the open public hearing to September 5th.
So do we take the public comments first?
Staff presentation.
First?
I'll have a brief presentation. Good evening, members of council. This item, as stated, is the annexation of territory into Community Facilities District number 11-1. Its title is Annexation number 2023-1. Because of the situation tonight, I'm going to keep it short and sweet and open it up to you guys to make decisions on the public comment. But basically, in a very brief sentence, is CFD 11-1 is a Melrose-based community facilities district. It was established a number of years back for the intended purpose of funding special benefits, specifically to buildings, taller buildings of 35 feet or taller or higher fire flows. And so what this action is tonight is the annexation of what is commonly known as the Brandywine project located on Fruit Street, as those buildings qualify. It will go through a number of recommended processes on a future date if council chooses to continue this item, which is recommended. And so I will leave it at that, and if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to open it up for public comment. Hearing no or seeing no rush to the microphone, we'll close public comment. And
We're going to close it for tonight, but we're going to leave the public hearing open for further public comment for the continued hearing should you actually make that
good. So right now we're looking for a motion for continuance.
I move to keep the public comment hearing open and continue it to September 5th, 2023 at the next, at that city council meeting.
And do we have a second?
Yes, I'll second that.
Thank you. And the vote?
That
That
was
would-
approved, 3-0.
And at this time, we can bring
We
back.
can bring back Mayor
Mayor
Pro
Pro
Tem
Tem.
Lau. Yes.
Okay, now we will go ahead and move on to other matters. The item is a final track map approval, tentative track number 71373, Sage Canyon. City Manager Domer, who will be reporting?
City Engineer Cody Howling will be reporting on this item tonight.
Good evening, Madam Mayor Pro Tem and members of the City Council. This item is the final track map approval for tentative track number 71373, commonly referred to as Sage Canyon. Back on September 14th of 2016, the Planning Commission approved tentative map number 71373 for 14 detached single-family homes located on a grouping of 3 parcels of approximately 11.53 acres in total area. This particular area is located up on Golden Hills Road on 1977 Golden Hills Road. And currently, the existing state of this property has 2 existing single-family residential detached homes. So it'd be a future condition with this map of 14 detached, taking those 2 existing and basically subdividing the land and turning those into smaller properties, but again, retaining those existing structures. Anyways, like I said, this was approved back in September 14th of 2016. There were 2 ordinances that were required to make the tentative map effective, a zone change and a zone amendment, and the tentative map, became effective on January 4th of 2017. This is a final map that conforms substantially to the tentative map, and it is staff's recommendation to adopt Resolution 23-56, titled "The Resolution of the City Council of the City of Laverne, County of Los Angeles, State of California approving the final map for tract number 71373, a request by Sage Canyon Development, LLC, to divide 3 parcels with an area of 11.53 acres at 1977 Golden Hills Road into a 14-unit single-family detached subdivision." Before moving on with your action tonight, I just want to highlight to Council a key detail to this particular project. So typically when we approve final maps, developers move quite swiftly into moving into construction. This particular map is still subject to a number of conditions that still need to be resolved. One, most importantly to frame, is fuel mod requirements. This project is subject to fuel mod requirements. However, this project needs to work with the California Department of Fish and Wildlife to obtain permits to achieve those fuel mod requirements. So by action tonight, if the council decides to approve this map, it would set in motion basically the recording of this map and the subdivision. However, acknowledging with those conditions still pending, no construction would move forward, no permits would be issued, and no action beyond this map would occur until everything gets cleared up. With this map, I also want to highlight that the developer has provided sureties to secure this project. So if for any reason that this continues on or there's any other issues that pop up during this course of meeting these conditions, there are bonds for labor performance, materials, and survey monumentation that the city holds until we so choose to release those given adequate completion of the project. So that concludes my report. There are members of the applicant here for questions, if there are any, and I also am available for questions. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and go to council for any questions or comments for staff.
Cody, question regarding this property at Golden Hill specifically.
Yes.
Was there any type of flood issues this year with the rains that we just had?
You know, to my knowledge, I don't believe we had any this year, especially with, you know, the significant storm event we had just this past few days. Historically, there has been some issues up there that I'm aware of, but there are provisions, in fact, specific conditions to make sure that adequate measures are in place when this project goes in. Not that we can design and plan for extreme events, but yes, the standard practice is built into that. Yes.
Good to hear.
Hey, Cody, how you doing?
Doing well, sir.
You always look good in a suit, Cody.
Thank you.
That's considered still Laverne, not LA County.
That is still Laverne. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's all. Thank God.
Councilmember Crosby, any comments or questions?
No questions. Just for public comments. Come on.
Is there any member of the public who wishes to comment on this matter? Ms. Beauchamp?
Danita Beauchamp, 2516 Amherst. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. I actually just have questions about this. Because of SB 9 and 10 and the potential for subdividing the lots, I feel like the verbiage is misleading when we say it's only 14 lots or units or however it's described, but potentially could be 3 times that number if one property were to add 2 additional properties. So from a legality standpoint, I don't know when you say 14, well, 14 doesn't sound like a lot, but if you were to add those 2 additional per lot, now you're tripling that number, and what does that do to the, the added stress over the infrastructure and things like that, especially in a declared flood zone? So it's more of a question than comment. I just don't understand that. Thank you.
Before we go to staff to potentially answer that, are there any other public comments? Mr. Domer, could we have staff address that question? Let me go ahead and close public comment first, and then we'll go to staff response.
So Ms. Beauchamp's comments about SB 9 are accurate. Within the state law, future property owners always have that right if their particular lot meets the conditions for that. We do have an SB 9 ordinance in place, and we've done as much as we can to protect that. I do believe, and this is a little bit of a speculation, but the feel of this project is more of an estate type project. Not to say that there might be pool houses, mother-in-law flats, whatever you want to call them. There's always the possibility, but just for reference to council, that is state law. So.
Councilmember Crosby?
Just comment. I believe that the property owners now and the tract that they're building or want to build is based on single-family homes, and but as in anyone that meets those requirements in any part of Laverne, then those requirements can be done.
Yes.
But I know I believe that the builders have a vision, and their vision is to keep it the way that they've put out in this track.
Any other comments or questions from council? Okay. Hearing none, is there a motion on this matter?
I move to approve the final track map approval, tentative track number 71373 Sage Canyon.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
And we'll vote, please.
And that was approved 4-0 with Mayor Hepburn being absent.
All right, thank you. We will go ahead and move on to public comments. This is the time set aside for anyone wishing to address the City Council on items not listed on the agenda. Under the provisions of the Brown Act, the City Council is prohibited from talking or engaging in discussion on any item not appearing on the posted agenda. However, your concerns may be referred to staff or set for discussion later. There is a 3-minute time limit for public comment. Are there any members of the public who would like to issue a public comment? Ms. Beauchamp.
I know normally public comment is to address the council, but for the residents who are watching this through Zoom or the YouTube channel after the fact, I just want to remind them to stay vigilant, considering after Mayor Hepburn's Minute with the Mayor, with the disappointing news about National Corps not interested in finding an alternate location for that housing project. However, with the state, with them not meeting the deadline for the state funding, I think that may have bought us some time. So I would like to remind the residents to stay vigilant, to stay informed, and look at the Facebook page and share information with each other so that we can collectively come up with an idea of how we are going to continue to fight this. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Beauchamp. Any other members of the public wish to make a comment? Come on up.
Wayne Perry, 4744 Esperanza. Sorry. Ms. Beauchamp sold a little bit of my thunder, and that was communications. I'm sorry?
I apologize.
And that was the Foothill Project. I was just not surprised, but I was disappointed not to see the city, not the mayor in his Minute with the Mayor, which is always great, that nothing was done more officially about this kind of news. The last thing that was posted, according to what I look at, was May the 2nd in opposition to this project on the city's website. I would have thought that this was important enough to post. This is a big deal. This is something that's important to an awful lot of people in this city. So I think the communication is wanting in this situation. The second thing is, again, communication. Again, the Minute with the Mayor. He tells us about Lutheran High closing. Councilman Lau, I want to reference you in the Laverne San Dimas Council joint membership meeting that we had. You brought up the fact of, I hope you do better next time and you learned your lesson. I want to say that to this council. I hope you do better and learn your lesson when it comes to communicating, especially about Lutheran High. What's going on, and we need timely information on that. The mayor tells us it's closing. I don't expect the city to announce that, but there's got to be plans in place sooner or later about what's going to happen to that site. And I would hope that the city would tell us about it as soon as you know about it, so that the citizens can know and take whatever action they choose to do. So that's my comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other comments from the public? Okay.
Good evening. Can you hear me? Okay. That's a great point that gentleman just brought up. And Danita as well. This goes along with both of their comments. And I would just like to indicate that the Rite Aid on the corner of Wheeler and Foothill is going out of business, closing its doors on the 28th. And so it'd be nice if we could have the same communication in regards to what will take place of that as soon as the city finds out. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other members of the public who'd wish to comment? All right. Hearing none, we'll go ahead and close public comment and move on to council comments. Councilmember Kashiwagita, would you like to start?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Lau. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody that comes here again. As schools is starting, I know it's I don't want to take your thunder.
You're good.
But just here for Laverne. Please just be cognizant for our young men and women that are out there attending schools. Be out there. Be a little more vigilant. I want to thank the city staff over the weekend with a lot of information that came out. as far as the preparedness that our city has was involved in, and was at standby. And thank all the city staff from police, fire, public works, all our admin stuff folks that were there and ready and willing and able to respond to any need of the citizens, or God forbid something would have happened. So from my family and to everybody else, thank you. Appreciate you guys working hard out there, and looking forward to a great September coming up. This past month, we didn't have. We had one incident regarding the West Nile virus. There was an incident that was reported. We had put that information out there. If you guys did not get that information, we'll repost it regarding one incident regarding West Nile virus, as I'm part of the San Gabriel Valley mosquito vector control. No, but none the same, it was still an incident that occurred nearby. So, having said all that to say, the next meeting for me will be on September the 8th. We'll see if I could bring up any other information regarding that. So, that is all for what I have right now, so just stay strong.
Thank you. Councilmember Johnson.
I have a special shout out for Meg from my wife. Thank you, your Public Works Department for cleaning up the streets after the storm. We had a branch down on our block, and your crew was out bright and early this morning to take care of it. We thank you very much. Thank the whole crew. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Crosby.
And I think the last speaker was Robert Burke, correct? Just because didn't say his name, I want to make sure everybody heard that. I want to appreciate Ms. Beauchamp, Mr. Perry, and Mr. Burke for making sure and highlighting those items. And we do need to stay vigilant on all our properties and everything new that's going to be coming in, especially with our state and the changes of how much influence we have. And we got to make sure that we are influencing our sphere as well, if it's not only in Laverne, and trying to make sure that we're being proactive. We have our Youth and Family Action Committee meeting tomorrow at 6:30. Appreciate the celebrations prior to the meeting. If you missed it, I got to be a proud dad too. And then for our softball team, our 8U and our 10U, girls are doing outstanding things here in Laverne, and we need to celebrate what they're doing. So, Star School did happen today. Please watch out. We have new drivers going to that high school, so be very, very careful. And then we also have those new kindergarten parents dropping off their kids too, which is just as scary sometimes and difficult. So appreciate school starting today, and that our school district continued to start our school today, while others chose not to have school today. I appreciate Bonita Unified and having school for our families, and appreciate all what they do. So thank you very much, and have a great night.
Thank you, Councilmember Crosby. And I understand, Mr. Domer, you had a few things.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. Just a couple things. On the 740 communication, we try to do as best as we can. On August 8th, we did post what was a joint information release from the city of San Dimas and Laverne about that issue. So that is on the website. Again, it's cityoflaverne.org/740 Foothill. If you look at that, it was updated on August 8th with that information. Though I do know that the mayor has a wide audience, so we work together to make sure that on his Mayor with the Minute, he's getting things out. A couple other items on Christmas morning. We do have a web page up now. We're working on a survey to get up as soon as possible. So there's basic information, but it is, again, www.cityoflaverne.org/Christmas morning. So please go visit that. We are doing the Perk Your Park campaign. We're trying to get $75,000 from Niagara Bottling. There's a link on our website. If you go there and then you click the link, put in your email address, you can support it. If we're in the top 3, we get the $75,000 grant, and it's for the playground on the south side of Las Flores Park. And then also just want to...
And we're currently third.
And we're currently third.
And you can vote every day.
You can vote
through
every day.
September
Yes.
17th, 18th.
Yes. And put your spouses...
Vote once a day, every day.
Yeah, and your spouses and your children. So the one day I put in 10 email addresses. So when I remember it, I go between 8 and 10. So trying there. I know how important money is, and I know how important our parks and having them in really good shape is, and this is really going to help. But also, as we do know, it's a beautiful day today. Yesterday was not so beautiful, lots of rain, fortunately not a lot of wind. Just so the community knows that starting last week, staff started getting together, participating in conference calls. We did activate our EOC, our Emergency Operations Center, to a level 3, which means that virtually we are getting together and we are on standby. Assistant Chief Fire Chief Coatney is here in case there's any questions, but I want to thank all the city staff who over this past weekend got together, were monitoring issues, monitoring the news, monitoring other communications going on, touring the city, making sure things were up, replenishing sand until we ran out of sand, so we do know next time to have a lot more sand. We even talked about getting sand out of our playground sandboxes. But making sure that all the catch basins were clean and clear and able to be flowing. So again, another kudos to our public works staff. They've done great. To our police department for reaching out to all those persons experiencing homelessness in the areas and trying to outreach to them. Really just staff across the board, and to the fire department. We did staff up both fire department. We had on-call public works. It was really a great effort, and it was what it came out to be was a great training. At the time we did have an earthquake too, and so we can never be prepared enough. So that's what I encourage everybody to get involved with CERT, to volunteer, to make sure that you have a go bag, to make sure you have equipment and the necessary supplies, which may or may not include a lot of toilet paper. But please just make sure you are prepared for any and all disasters out there. So.
Thank you. Just a couple of things from me. For those of you who may not be familiar, the House of Ruth is a nonprofit organization that helps victims of domestic violence. Recently, on July 14th, a drunk driver crashed through their counseling wing at their Pomona Center. So they are currently taking donations to refurbish the damage that has been done. So if you go to their website, you can definitely take a look and see what you are able to donate. Also wanted to report that the K9 Foundation had their cornhole fundraiser. It was their second annual cornhole fundraiser on August 12th. So if you weren't able to participate, there is merch available. Find your local K9 Foundation member. This is one of their new items that they've released. So please help support Tupelo and our K9 Foundation. On August 15th, if you have not been by E and 2nd Street, that was a product of the EIFD monies that were implemented. So if you see, wow, it's really bright now in this area, it's because there's wonderful new lighting. The sidewalks have been broadened, so you can actually walk like 2-3 people abreast instead of trying to wiggle through and avoid, tripping over a root branch or whatever, but it's really nice. So if you get a chance, go ahead and take a look down there. On August 16th, there was the grand opening of the Brandywine development on Walnut. It was really lovely to see some of the families come out and talk about how excited they were to be able to afford a house in Laverne. Many of them, actually all of them, are Laverne. They lived in Laverne previously, but this is the first home that they were able to own. I got to meet little Maddie Rivera, who I think is going to be an amazing scientist. I think she's all of 8, but she's really excited to be able to live in a house with her family. And her brother was busy with Little League or something, but did get to meet her. So if you haven't gone to see the houses, they look beautiful, and it's a testament to what we can really do to improve our community. So definitely take a look. Again, today was the first day of classes for not only Bonita Unified, but for ULV as well. For any of you that are University of Laverne alum, that means the Lewis Center is now open again from 8 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night, I believe Monday through Thursday, and I think they close a little bit early on Fridays. But if you're not familiar with the Lewis Center, it's a really nice gym. It's free if you're an alum. You just need to go in and tell them, I went to school here, and you can work out. So it's beautiful. Just go support it, but it's lovely. And if you go, and pro tip, because college students don't like getting up super early, if you go in the mornings, it's pretty packed. But if you're going to go later at night, you're going to fight for a machine. Also wanted to announce that there is a Red Cross blood drive tomorrow at the University of Laverne from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. in the Abraham Student Center. So if you are willing, available, eligible, please come by and donate. There is a shortage of blood in the area. And then last but not least, I just want to say thank you to all of our staff, our PD, our fire department, public works, everything. I know that the hurricane did not turn out to be what everybody advertised it to be, but I appreciate all the hard work that went into it just in case. We weren't expecting that earthquake, but it was a lot of good work. And so, yes, the hurricane. So thank you again for everything that you do. It is very much appreciated. And with that, as always, be kind. Have a great week this week, and see you next time. We will be concluding this meeting, and we will reconvene at our next regular meeting on Tuesday, September 5th. At 5:30 p.m. So Monday is Labor Day. We will be meeting on the Tuesday following Labor Day. So we will adjourn this meeting at 7:38.